Shopping is hard.
I can never find anything in my size.
I don't even know my size.
I buy my clothes the same place I buy my groceries.
There's a better way. Make it easy with Stitch Fix. Just share your size, style, budget, and done. Your personal stylist sends pieces picked just for you.
That was easy.
Stitch Fix. Online personal styling for everyone. Free shipping and returns. No subscription required. Get started today at stitchfix.com.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
The Sarah B. Show, coming through your stereo. Say it loud, let's sing it proud, like a homegrown rodeo. The Sarah B. Show, coming through your stereo. LT2 is where you go to hear the Sarah B. Show.
What's up, friends? Welcome to another episode of The Sarah B. Show. Wow, what a night it's been, what a week it's been, what a month it has been. I have no excuses. I'm not apologizing anymore because we all know that I don't record as much as I should. That's fine. It's a known fact now. We're not going to address it every time. I say that, but then I still address it like this every time. But it's fine. It's fine. Guys, I have so much to talk to y'all about. It has been a whirlwind of a month. Cancer season just ended and we're now on to Leo season, but my God, what a Cancer season. I've got to say this might have been like the best birthday month I think that I've ever had. Maybe second, but it's tied for first, I would say. So that's a pretty good sign. Oh my gosh, so much. Okay, let's just dive right in. Okay, I'm here to record this tonight because I was actually supposed to do something really cool for work tonight, which I cannot talk about yet because it actually might happen tomorrow now. Keeps getting pushed back. But either way, whether it happens tomorrow or not, I will tell you guys on my next podcast. There's a little sprinkle of a tease for you guys. But it didn't end up happening. But, you know, I got all ready for the occasion. Showered, which is rare for me. Washed the hair, curled the hair, did the makeup, got cute, you know, all that stuff. And then literally... right when I was fixing to walk out the door in 2 minutes, I got a call saying, hey, such and such happened. The world is crazy. It's not happening. And I'm like, cool. Maybe tomorrow. That's fine. And then I was like, awesome. So I have nothing to do tonight. I don't have to work tomorrow. I have no plans. I'm cute. I mean, if I wouldn't have known that I didn't have to do anything, I would have absolutely like not showered and been like gross in my pajamas on the couch watching something. Or went on a run or something, you know what I mean? But no, I was cute. So I was like, I'm going to take advantage of this moment. I'd already eaten a healthy dinner, which is good because I haven't been eating lately. We'll get into that later, which is weird. But yeah, so I ended up going out to a wine bar. I took my book with me. I haven't been eating or sleeping great the past few weeks for crazy reasons, I guess. But anyway, so I basically ended up having only one glass of wine because it really kicked my butt. And reading my book, and it was so nice. It was 97 degrees outside. Welcome to summertime, Texas. But it was later, and you know, the bar was super crowded. I was surprised, so I ended up sitting outside, and it actually felt really nice. So there's like a girl group of 3, a girl group of 2, and then a couple of women alone. And I'm like, this is just a vibe. Like, I love that women are like so empowered now to like go places, bring a book, bring nothing, and just like have a glass of wine, go eat by themselves. Like back in the day, like even like a couple years ago, this was like unheard of. And there's still so many women that I get emails from and questions from all the time, like, how do you do this? How do you have the confidence? Like, I love going to movies alone, going and doing stuff like this alone. You just got to do it. I think once you do it once, you're going to see like, oh, what was I so scared of? Like, this is actually really nice. And it can be dangerous because doing things alone like that, man, it's pretty intoxicating. It's pretty addicting. It's pretty great. So if you're wanting to try it, I suggest you do get your independence a little bit. Even if you're married or in a relationship or like whatever, like you just need that independence sometimes, and it's so nice. So anyway, that's where I was. I was gonna have a couple of glasses. I had one. Actually, I was halfway through and I was like, oh man, what's happening? Definitely just one for me tonight. And so yeah, I got like a little woo, so I couldn't even like read. I just like enjoyed the locusts were out there, which is like a great sound. It's like the sound of the South in the summer, but also like the sound of absolute fear, because if one of those things landed on me, I would be like running through the wall. It would be so highly embarrassing. I actually was sitting there thinking about that, like, okay, there's a lot of people out here. If one flew on me, could I have the composure to be like, oh, get off me? No, I know I could never. I know I could never. So yeah. Anyway, those are the things I think about when I'm alone. Anyways, so that's what I did. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go have a glass of wine. I'm going to read my book, and then I'm going to go record a podcast. So here I am now recording for you guys, because life is crazy and it's just getting crazier. There's a lot going on. I'm going on my 2-week solo trip to Italy in like, OMG, like 10 days or something. I will say, like, I'm not nervous about going. Normally I get, everybody gets a little travel anxiety when you go places alone, just thinking about what do I need to pack? Like, what do I need to bring? And it can get a lot, especially when you're going by yourself. But I feel so prepared. I will say I did get a little jolt of like, it wasn't anxiety, it was more like heart racing, like, oh gosh. A couple of days ago, I was looking at my trip and it said, you'll be staying here in Florence in 12 days. And I was like, oh my God, 12 days. And I'm going to be sleeping in this bed in Italy. Are you kidding me? I am so beyond excited. So it's exciting. It's crazy. I actually just yesterday booked my final stay in Cinque Terre, staying in Rio Maggiore. I had another place booked, which was like really nice looking, but it was kind of like up on the very top of the hill. You had to either climb or use an elevator, or they had a taxi service to take you up there. It was like really, really steep up. It was very pricey. The place was very nice. It was like a family-owned Airbnb. They had a bar on site, but it closes really early, and they had hot tubs and a really nice room, and they have breakfast buffet every morning. So I'm like, oh, this is all like included in the price. This would be great. But then I started like narrowing it down. I'm like, okay, there's no kids allowed, and it seems like a lot of people just stay here. So it's probably a lot of an older crowd, probably a lot of Americans. Do I really want to go sit at a bar at my hotel with a bunch of Americans every night? No, that's one. Two, I don't want to I love the idea of breakfast being included, save money, whatever, but I don't want to sit there and have breakfast at the same place every morning at my hotel. I want to go walk around. I want to go explore. I want to see the different pastry shops and have different coffees and, cornettos and all that. And like just see different places and experience all the different places. I know me. I would sit there and pay all that extra money for breakfast, and I would eat there once. I know that. Also, it's like over 100 degrees every day in Italy right now. Am I really going to go sit in a hot tub every night? That probably closes at like 9 p.m. Plus, when I booked this place, they sent me like a laundry list of like, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. I'm like, I'm paying all this money for a place that I'm just getting all these rules thrown at me. I don't like that. So I found this other place that is so charming. It is literally perfect, you guys. I saw it and I was like, oh, and there was one left, and I was like, this is mine. It's mine. It's meant to be. It's in Rio Maggiore. It's right on the cliff, right on the ocean. It's so cute. It's very small, very petite. Piccolo. And anyway, it has a lot of live plants in the room, a huge window that opens right to the ocean. It's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. And doing that, I saved like $400, which is awesome. So I can spend that on meals or souvenirs or tours or whatever. So it was a good call. Anyway, I booked that yesterday. Everything's paid for. Everything's done. I'm so excited. So a shout out really quick to Cliff. A lot of people have been like sponsoring my trip. I think I talked about this last time. Terry is sponsoring all of my espressos. It started off as kind of a joke, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I could be like, this espresso brought to you by @TerryJames on Instagram. And then they're like, oh, that's actually a great idea. So all my espressos the entire trip are by Terry. I have a meal out done by Dee, and give me like $100 for one dinner for like wine, whatever I want to get, What else? Oh, La Loba sponsored all my gelato, which is awesome. And then Cliff, who is a awesome man. We call him Santa. We met him at karaoke. He lives here in my neighborhood. He's so adorable and so talented. Oh my gosh, his voice is unbelievable. Anyway, he heard this on the radio and he sponsored one of my trips. So he is paying for my motorcycle trip. I booked the sidecar trip where I'm going to go with this older Italian man through the like Tuscan hills to Chianti and have lunch and a wine tasting. And oh my gosh, Oh man, I'm so excited. So the last, like, I don't want to overbook tours because I don't want to like, you know, overdo it to the point of like I don't have any time to like walk around and just be free. But the one thing I do kind of want to book in Cinque Terre is a sunset cruise. They have kayaks. They also have like regular boats. I'm trying to decide which one I want, but there are several that'll take you to the cliffs to do cliff diving, and I really want to do cliff diving there. Apparently, there's lots of jellyfish, and you have to like watch out for those as well. But like, oh my God, I'm an adrenaline junkie, and cliff diving sounds so fun. So I think that might be the last thing I book, and then call it quits, finito, and be done. But anyway, I'm gonna be in Italy in less than 2 weeks, and that is insane to me. It is. So tonight, having my glass of wine and my book, you know, alone out there on the patio in the heat. I'm like, this is great practice. In 2 weeks, I'll be doing exactly this, but in Italy. So that's exciting. Okay. On to other news. There's so much crazy stuff here, you guys. Okay. Another thing that has happened, God, 4th of July happened, which is, I'm looking now, 20 days ago. That is almost 3 weeks ago. I meant to record a podcast that week. I won't go into all the details, but basically Kaboom Town happened here, which is like one of the biggest fireworks shows in the country. It was super fun. I had all my run club friends come over and we like just had a little pregame fun at my apartment. So I haven't had people over to my apartment. Like in my last relationship, my ex was so antisocial and such an introvert, and he just like didn't want to entertain. He didn't want to celebrate. What do we have to celebrate? Everything. Like that was what he said to me so often. So it's like, I can do whatever I want now. And it's so freeing. It's so freeing. So I had people over and it was so fun. It was so fun. And we went to Kaboom Town together. We watched the fireworks. We danced a lot. We had a great time. Something else happened. This is crazy, you guys, but I met a guy I like really like, and it is blowing my mind. I guess I'll get right into that. We were at a bar that night after the fireworks show dancing, and I was with one of my friends from Run Club who is also in the Latin dance scene like I am. I would say I'm more of a salsera now. I like the salsa better than bachata, and he is definitely a bachatero. And anyway, we were dancing. I tipped the DJ a bunch of money to play Latin music, so we were dancing salsa, bachata, reggaeton. It was super fun. And we were dancing, and then he started dancing with these other girls, which is cool, but they were playing Prince Royce, I remember specifically, and I was like, man, I want to dance to this song, but nobody could dance there. And then there was this group of guys. They were like rocket scientists that my friend met. She's like, I think this guy's really cute, and they want us to come back to their apartment for drinks. And I'm like, no. And like, like, I don't know why I'm just saying no. Like, I'm in charge of the whole group, but I was like, oh, I don't want to. And then one of the guys starts talking to me, and he's like, yeah, like, you want to have more drinks? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay, let's go back to my apartment. I was like, no, like, we're not leaving this bar. Like, I want to dance. And so basically, I just kept saying no to this guy, and he started dancing with me, and it was salsa or reggaeton, I remember at this point, a little blurry that night, but he was trying to Latin dance, and I was just like, no, stop. Like, we appreciate the effort. I was like, let's just like dirty dance. So we did, and it was fun and cute. And then like my friends kept dancing with this other girls, and I was like, okay, I'm bored now. I was like, fine, rocket science, man, let's go back to your apartment. Let's all go. So we all did as a group, and like they made us drinks, and like we got there, and like I just started kind of trashing this guy. Like, I don't know. I didn't believe that he was a rocket scientist. Like, that sounds so made up. So he had like pictures on his wall of rockets, and I was like, ooh, you Googled these and printed them out. And he had a motorcycle. It was actually really hot. It was like an old school like cafe racer that I think he like built back up or whatever. It's a really nice bike. In his living room. And in my mind, I'm like, who is this? Like, is this like Chuck Bass or something? Like, I just finished all the Gossip Girl, and I'm like, Chuck Bass had a motorcycle in his apartment. So funny. But anyway, so that happened. I changed his music. I was just being like kind of like a super bratty to him, and like he was like wouldn't give up. He wouldn't let it go, and it was really cute, to be honest. Anyway, long story short, we ended up talking a bunch and ended up kissing, and he said a lot of stuff that I don't even know. I guess it worked because I found myself a little smitten, and it was blowing my mind because he is not my type at all. As far as like everyone here knows, I've only been dating like Latino guys. Like my last boyfriend was Mexican for 5 years, and that's like the only thing I've been really into. Like everybody in my rec club is like, we know we won't even try with you. Like it's so funny. And now like this guy just comes from out of nowhere and ends up being really great. And anyway, long story short, a couple weeks ago, I had Hell Week for salsa dancing. I did my salsa dancing performance finally. I told you guys about when I made the team, and it's been a lot of crazy practice for like months and a lot of hard work, but you know, a lot of team bonding, a lot of fun. The dance was amazing. Of course, it was to Bad Bunny, which was awesome. And anyway, we had Hell Week. So Hell Week is basically you have practice every single night. So every night you practice for hours over and over and over. And it was literally, it was crazy. Like we would do the entire dance, but we were doing it to like really fast, like old school salsa, which actually kind of made it fun because it made it feel like more of a social dance than the actual performance song. And it would be, we would do the entire dance for like 3 minutes, you're dancing straight, and then be like, all right, get back in location. We're starting 2 8 counts. And you go again, and you're just like dripping sweat, disgusting, just go, 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 go. But like, there's something so exciting about it too. It was just so exhilarating. And anyway, it was like that every night. We had dress rehearsals, la, la, la. And at the end of the week on Saturday, we performed, and it was, in my opinion, flawless. It was great. It was worth everything. We celebrated after, had champagne. Went and did more social dancing, and it was the greatest night. It was like such a rewarding experience because I know it's like all the hard work we put in, all like making family with each other, like it was just really great. And performing is so fun. I haven't performed in so long. You know, I grew up dancing and cheerleading and on radio and entertainment and everything. It's just great. But to perform like that, and for my first time ever Latin dancing, was so fun. Amazing. 10 out of 10. Perfect. So anyway, that week, Rocket Man, as we will call him, was in a different city in the middle of nowhere doing rocket things. And we kept in touch lightly. It was cute, just sprinkling, keep in touch things. And that was Hell Week. I didn't sleep a lot. I would come home and like sleep like 3 or 4 hours, and then I would go dance all night and then come home, get like an hour of sleep, and then do the same thing again. So it was a very challenging week. I lost like 5 pounds that week. My instructor said that. He's like, you're gonna lose weight. And I totally did. It was chaos. So that happened. And then the next week was my birthday week. So no calm at all. The dance was over, dancing was over. And I was like, at this point, I'm taking a month break, you know, until I get back from Italy, and I'll start getting back to Latin dancing when I get back. I know at that point I'll be missing it and jonesing for it again. You know, I wouldn't say I'm burnt out, but it's been a lot. So definitely we'll be ready to get back at it when I get back from Italy for sure. So that'll happen. But anyway, my birthday week was last week, which was absolutely wonderful. Like I had something so fun planned every day, and it was magical, to be honest. I feel like I feel like middle to late 20s, so you get to like 30, was kind of a scary time. Like you didn't want to have a birthday. You didn't want to age out of your 20s. It was just like, oh gosh, like I'm going to be 30. Like, and then you hit it and you're like, oh, okay. And then like every year now gets like more fun, and you're starting to turn into, at least I am, like week-long celebration, month-long celebration. It's cancer season. Like it doesn't matter anymore. Like it's just, it's life. Like let's celebrate every day we can, you know, even more so. So anyway, it was a really fun week. One of my friends from cruise ships, I used to work with her on Carnival, came into town for a work conference. So we got to meet up. We went out for some lunch and caught up, and it was great. So that was one day. On my actual birthday, I went out to a nice steakhouse with my family, which was really great. The steak and the food is good. I go really for the dirty martinis. So good there. They have Grey Goose on tap, and they hand stuff their jalapeno olives, which are, oh my goodness. So when you go for their martinis, you know they're good. So it was a great, great dinner. And after that, I actually ended up going for champagne by myself at the little European cafe down below. I was just like, I'm going to go celebrate like my last day of, well, I mean, I guess my first day of 37. And Rocket Man ended up meeting me there with his cute dog. Oh, he also has a corgi named Olivia. So cute. And like corgis are usually kind of like dicks, but this one is like so sweet, and she loves everyone, and she like has his energy. It's very cute. Ugh, look at me smiling. Gross. Anyway, so they came and joined me for a couple glasses of champagne. It was great. And then he said he wanted to take me out to spoil me for my birthday, which is I'm not used to that. But I was like, sure. So the next day he took me out for brunch, and he has an old Scout, which is really awesome that he's like built up and he's still building on it. It's, oh God, it is such a hot car. It is so sexy. And he picked me up in that, and he opened my door for me, which was very sweet. Again, not used to that. And I like can't stop smiling when I'm with him, but also when I'm talking about him, and it's weird. And anyway, brunch was wonderful. We talked and got to know each other a little more, and couldn't stop smiling. It was great. And then we left, and he's like, let's go out tonight. We agreed to go to a movie. So I was like, I'll get the tickets for that. I bought them. We went to see Jurassic Park. We sat on a couch. We had a lot of popcorn, some cuddles. And he's not a movie talker. I'm an absolute movie talker. I'm an all the time talker. Let's get real. But it worked out. It was okay for now. Like, it'll be like if we ever get together, like 5 years down the line, he's gonna be like, "Oh, what did I get with the girl that likes talking during movies?" Just kidding. Maybe not. Anyway, so it was such a fun night. Without going into detail, because I'm not going to, because I don't know, man, what is happening to me. But I'm just gonna say the streak has been broken. We almost got to 11 months, and it is not there anymore. I'm very happy with the way everything went down and very happy with the way things are continuing. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And then the next night was my birthday party because I'm 5. I had a dinosaur party, fitting with going to see Jurassic Park and everything. It was super fun. I dressed up like an explorer. All my friends came. It was a karaoke party. It was so much fun. Rocket Man came to that. He met my mom, just coincidentally. I'm not like introducing to the family yet. Don't worry, guys. She just ended up being there and met my brother. They hit it off, which I knew they would. Him and my brother have so much in common with like motorcycles and hiking. They're like very similar. So I just knew that they would hit it off. All in all, super, super fun night. And I broke one of my biggest rules, as you guys know, like when I was working on cruise ships and even in the past and with my last boyfriend, my rules are don't kiss, don't get attached.
Comcast is committed to bringing access to the internet to all Americans, including rural communities across the country, like Sussex County, Delaware.
We were being left behind. Everybody around us seemed to have internet, but we did not. High-speed internet is one of those good things that we needed to help us move our farming, our small businesses, our recreation forward.
Learn more about how we're bringing our next-generation network to more people across the country at ComcastCorporation.com/investment in America.
And I stayed the night, and I've known this guy 2 weeks, and I don't know what's happening to me. Whew. Okay, so that being said, this week has been very stressful for me. With all of that last week, I feel like I really opened up to this person that I'm like, what are these feelings? These are weird. And so that kind of blew my mind a little bit. And then this trip coming up, and then a lot of changes happening at work with new video stuff, and it's just like, the Hell Week happening and my whole schedule and diet and everything. My mind is just a little blown right now. So it's just been a lot. I haven't been sleeping very well. I've had like a little bit of insomnia, which I never have insomnia. You guys know me. I love my sleep. Like I will take 3 to 4 hour naps every day. I sleep all night. I can sleep all day. Like I love sleep. I can't sleep anymore. I just wake up and my mind is up and I can't go back to sleep. For example, last night I went to bed around 11:30, which I should not have. And I woke up at 1 a.m. And I was like, cool, an hour and a half it is, I guess. Like, that's it. I just can't turn the brain off. I've tried meditation. I've tried all the breathing things. I've tried counting down from 1,000. It just doesn't work. So I think I'm just still coming down from Hell Week, meeting a guy, like this trip to Italy coming up, like just so many changes and crazy stuff happening. And this is the thing though, right? It's all so exciting. Like this is nothing bad. And that's, I actually booked a therapy appointment for the first time in like over a year this week. And it was so good to talk to my therapist again. I freaking love her. She's like, I swear we could be besties. I love her. She's so great. And it was just so calming talking to her, just like airing this all out. And I told her, I was like, I was so proud of myself. I was like, I have healed so much in the last year. Like I am more healthy, more grounded, more level-headed, like more confident. I love myself, like more everything than I've ever been in my life. I am so sure of who I am, of what I want, of how I know I need to be treated. Like I am so confident. Like this is the best me I could have ever built. And I did it. And now after like the last 2 weeks, I feel like I need a straitjacket and to be put in a crazy house. Like what is happening to me? And I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it's just a lot of exciting things, a lot of broken barriers. I think I've been in a comfort zone for a very long time with a lot of stuff. And I'm finally getting out of that. And it's like shaking me a little because it's happening like all at once, I don't know. I would say too, it's because I haven't been in a relationship or dated in like a year and a half, 2 years, something. But I look back a year from now, like or a year ago, that was when I last dated, remember? -10 from Beast Games. But that was a crazy time in general, being on that crazy reality show. And he was on there. And I feel like maybe that was it. We just had an understanding of what we had all just gone through. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But it's been interesting. That being said, finally at the end of the week, I've calmed down. I've cooled it. I've chilled. I think I had this weird thing. You know what? I pride myself on honesty here. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think it was that I really opened up to this person more than I expected to. And then after everything was exposed, like an open vein, I started getting scared. Like, what if this was one-sided? What if he was just like, cool, thanks for the memories, nice to know you, and then just like ghosted? Like that happens, right? Like all the time, and it's so scary. And that's why dating is scary, right? Anyway, I just started getting in my head about that and about everything else that's going on in my life right now, and it just got a little overwhelming. So I've calmed down. I'm good. Deep breaths. I really do feel so much better today. I've finally eaten. I've eaten 3 meals today. It's like now that I'm finally hungry again, my body's like, you haven't fed me in days. Like, feed me more. And I'm like, cool. I was like, oh, damn, my body's looking good. And now it's going to just go right back to the way it was. It's fine. It's still fine. It's still good and nice. But, you know, it's funny because you like want to lose your appetite. Sometimes you think like, it'd be great if I didn't have an appetite. I could lose weight and get like the fit body that I want. And then you like lose your appetite and you're like, I have fear. What is happening to me? I'm never not hungry. Oh dear. Anyway, so all right. Well, that's everything that has been going on in my life in a nutshell. Oh, I have one more thing to say. Oh my gosh, you guys, this was another crazy thing. I really feel like, and you know me, I believe in the cosmics and the universe and manifestation and science. I do. I believe in it all. I believe in magic. I do. Something crazy happened to me 2 days ago. I was going to the gym. So, you know, this is my first week really back at the gym since I haven't been dancing. It's been really, really good. Although every part of my body is so sore right now. I probably went a little too hardcore. Gonna listen to the body a little more. But I went to the gym and I went to ours. We have 2 gyms here, one giant, amazing gym, but everyone's always at it. And then so nobody goes to the small gym. So I was like, I'm going to do that today for legs. It was a legs, butt, and abs and cardio day. So I walked in and I was like, cool, no one's here. This is awesome. And then I see in the corner, I was like, ooh. I was like, who's that hot guy? But I like didn't want to stare at him. I kind of looked away. So there's one hot guy in the gym and me. So I put my little leg thing on. I started doing my like kickbacks. And all of a sudden, this guy starts walking up to me with this big smile on his face. And he has like his hands out. And I'm like, hey, with my headphones in. And then he comes up and he hugs me. And I was like, what? And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, is this like dreams coming true? Because you know, like girls, when you're in the gym or guys too, like you're like, see somebody hot and they just come up and hug you and you're like, what's happening? Like, I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, do I know you? And then I saw his face fall and I was like, oh my gosh. Do you remember me, guys? Do y'all remember me telling you about the Europeans here that I met that were crazy and also really fun and funny, but also like that night I met them, something crazy happened. The one was like following me up to my apartment, trying to come in, wouldn't leave me alone, was blocking me from like getting off the elevator, like was really trying to come home with me. I went into detail. Well, basically it was this guy from Montenegro and he's very cute. But I didn't recognize him. He cut his hair, he cut his little beard and all that. And I was like, oh, hey. And so one of the guys, I actually saw him at a pool a couple weeks ago, which I miss you guys, by the way. I haven't seen you in forever. But we started chilling at the pool and I was talking to him about everything that happened that night and stuff. And he told me that he was starting to eat healthy, not eating meat. He was not drinking. He was not smoking. He was going to try not to have coffee. Like he is trying to like do a whole health kick, and all of them apparently. And I also found out this guy that was like really trying to hit it off with me had a girlfriend. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, that makes me even more glad that it didn't happen. Like that's so sad. So anyway, I found this all out and this was this guy and he was like, listen, he's like, I've been trying to find a time to say this. He's like, I've seen you a couple times in public. One time you were like running by, one time you were with a guy and I didn't want to say it just in case it was your boyfriend or something. He's like, I just really wanted to apologize for that night. And I was like, you know me, I'm like trying to brush it off. I'm like, oh no, it's okay. And he's like, no, it's not okay. And he's like, you know, since then, he's like, you honestly really opened my eyes that night. He's like, I haven't had, that night I was on coffee. He's like, I smoked weed. I was drunk, like all this stuff. He's like, and it was not me at all. And he's like, you know, I went home, I was swaying. I was like, couldn't even stand. He's like, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't stop thinking about that and all the stuff I had done. And he's like, you literally woke me up. He goes, I want to thank you so much because you were like my reality, like check. Like I needed that so much. And he said that like since that he hasn't been doing any of the stuff he did. He thought about telling his girlfriend, although he was almost like, maybe I shouldn't. If she finds out, she finds out, but I'm just going to change my entire life and do this. And then he said he was also scared. He's like, because you're low key kind of like famous and like she follows all this stuff in Addison. And then he's like, my life is like a movie. She actually found your page. And I was like, oh, Oh no. And he listened to my podcast that I did about that and apparently was like listening to the whole thing. He's like, oh, it's okay, until I got to the part where I was like, I met these Europeans, and he's like, oh God. And so he said he felt so ashamed. So he apologized again. He's like, I am seriously, incredibly, like deeply sorry. And thanked me again for being the wake up for him. I'm like, that's crazy. And I was like, well, don't worry. I was like, I won't mention you again, on my podcast or anything. He goes, oh no. And he's like, it's your podcast. It's your life. Do what you need to do. He's like, I was the one in the wrong here. I deserve everything coming to me. If she hears it, she hears it. Do you? And I was like, well, it would be great content. Like, so anyway, I just thought that was really cool. Like, I in the last few weeks have met a guy who's really, really seemingly so great and literally treats me like a princess. And I'm like, there's great guys out there. And then this guy who comes and apologizes for that, like a genuine, sincere apology, and is changing his actions. Like, I don't know. It's just cool. It's been a really crazy week to see that, to see these things happening and kind of changing my mind on things. And also like, there was a couple mornings I woke up this past couple weeks, just like in tears, but happy tears. And I'm just like, I'm 37 now. I'm happier than I've ever been. I just look back to how I was a year ago. I mean, Beast Games was exciting. Let's even say like 2 years ago. The last year and a half, like my life was completely different than it is now. And I'm so proud of myself. I have so much gratitude. Like, I just remember being so unhappy. I was so broken when I got out of my relationship. I lost myself. I had no friends. I had no hobbies. I had nothing. I had nothing. I had to build up my money. I had to build up my credit. I had to get my own place again. I had to rebuild myself, my confidence, my self-love. Like, I had to become, I don't know, like I had to figure out what my hobbies were again. I joined a dance team, a studio, a run club. I have like actual friends. I have a community. I have a support system, like several. And oh my gosh, like, and now when I least expected it, like I met a guy I really have some feelings for, and it's only been 2.5 weeks. Like, life is crazy. And I am just like, I'm here for it. I'm so happy. I'm happier than I've ever been. I really am. And I have a lot of gratitude. And the last couple weeks, some mornings I wake up and it's just hard to contain all the positivity. And you know what? That is a great feeling. It's such a great feeling. So, I just wanted to talk about that, I guess. And yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. Look, I have tears in my eyes again. I'm so happy. I'm glowing from the inside. Okay, well, anyway, thank you guys so much too for all the comments you've sent in, recommendations for Italy, jokes, positive words. Thank you for all the happy birthdays. My gosh, you guys are so freaking sweet. I had the best week. I did, and I so appreciate all the love and positivity, and you guys are just awesome. So, oh gosh, I have to do all the formal important things. Okay, go cleanse. We still have like a month and a half of summer left. I say that like in Texas, we don't really end summer till like technically like middle to end of September. Although to me, I'm like September 1st is fall. Pumpkin spice lattes, all the fall decorations come out. It's happening. But that being said, it is always a good time for Go Cleanse. So you can go right now to gocleanse.com/Sarah and get started if you want, or if you need a refill on any products. They have that 11-day cleanse there as well as the 30-day cleanse. And I've been doing those as well, even though I've been on a weird little not sleeping, not eating cleanse the past couple of days, past week or so. But it's great, guys. Even if you don't need to lose weight, it just kind of makes you feel good from like the inside out. It's really, really awesome. And then they also have a lot of cool products if you're not wanting to lose weight or do any kind of cleansing. They have beauty products like collagen and different like stress relievers. And it's really great over at Go Cleanse. And once again, that is gocleanse.com/Sarah. You can go there to get your stuff and it'll be so great. Shout out to all the people that have signed up in the last couple weeks. There's been a lot of you actually. I love that. And once again, send me your like before and afters if you do a cleanse or like the inches you lose. Like that stuff motivates me and I love hearing it. So please let me know. Let me go on this journey with you. And you can also go to sarahbshow.com for all your past episodes. All my social media handles are there. Everything that's going on. You can leave messages. You can leave voicemails. It is so exciting. So this is where I'm going to leave you now. I have a very busy weekend and I'm going to try to record one more next week before I go to Italy. So I guess you're probably used to this because I'm really bad at putting up new episodes, but obviously probably nothing going to be up when I'm in Italy. I will definitely throw you guys my social media handles so you can follow along while I'm there because, if you don't post it while you're there, did you really vacation? I'm going to try to like take stuff and maybe set like an hour aside a night or 30 minutes or something to post stuff from the day instead of being on my phone the whole time. But, easier said than done. I don't know how I'm going to feel. Am I going to be lonely? Am I going to be happy? Am I going to be off my phone? Like, I don't know. We will see. So anyway, once again, thank you all for being here and supporting me. And I love you all so much. Have a great weekend. And I will talk to you guys next week. Thanks for listening to another episode, another year of the Sarah V Show.